here for another review of a movie that I watched last night, King Arthur and the Legend of the Sword. It's directed by Ritchie. It stars Charlie Hunnam. He's from Pacific Rim and Sons of Anarchy. It also had Djimon Hounsou and Jude Law in it. The music was by Daniel Pemberton. There's also a dog outside my house that's barking at the moment. I wish he wouldn't. Anyway, you might be wondering why I'm sitting on this side of the camera today. It's because I have a special guest here today from her Fisty Free YouTube channel, Chani. Way!
Hey! Okay, so that's my entry.
That's your. That was.
What a grand entry!
So, yeah, we both went and watched it together last night, and I just thought, why don't I get someone else to give us their opinion on what they thought of the movie? This is Guy Ritchie's latest film after, I think it was the Sherlock Holmes movie. He might have done one in between there, but yeah, I think it was like a 2.5 hour long movie. Chunny just dropped her phone. It was like a 2.5 hour long movie, and I wasn't bored the whole time. I sort of enjoyed it. My rating is 7 out of 10. What did you think of the movie, huh?
It was fine. It was entertaining, at least.
Entertaining?
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about the negatives of the movie and the positives, as always. Some things that I thought were negative about the movie. Some of the characters were a bit one-dimensional, like the, I don't remember her name, the mage, like the witch girl. I didn't like her lines.
What was her name?
I don't know what her name was. It was like, it was just mage. And, yeah, she didn't, like, the way that she was delivering the lines. Yeah. It was a bit boring, hey?
Yeah, well, I guess she was from that ancient time and she had that weird accent whenever she talks, as if, like, yeah.
She looked really malnourished as well.
Yeah, well, her I think that was the makeup they did for her, like her eye, like under eye bags were like popping out worse than mine. Like, yeah, it was just, yeah, she was pretty plain.
What about the other characters?
Which one?
Like the main star, really, King Arthur.
He looks good sometimes, but he looks stupid sometimes. So I don't know. It's just pretty good, but sometimes he looks pretty stupid as well. Yeah.
So Charlie Hunnam, from Sons of Anarchy, he looks nothing like what he used to in Sons of Anarchy. He's put on so much size for this movie. I don't know if he's on the roids, like I don't know what he's doing, but like he looks great in this movie.
Really? He looks big in this movie?
Compared to what he normally does. Like in Sons of Anarchy, he's really, really skinny. And in this movie, he looks like, I don't know, like a 170-pound fighter or something.
He's supposed to be a king. He's supposed to be someone special in the movie, so I guess that's what the role asks for. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, in this movie, he actually, before they cast this movie, he had some competition in some other famous actors, like the Superman actor, Henry Cavill. He was meant to maybe get this role, so he was competing really hard and doing everything he could to get this movie. But apparently the movie hasn't been doing very well at the box office. It cost $175 million to make, and at the moment it's only gotten back $60 million around the world, so it's looking at about $115 million flop it's at the moment, so it's not doing too well. I don't really know why. I enjoyed the movie. Like, if you've seen my last review, Alien Covenant, that was a movie that I really cared about. I'm not going to say that I really cared about this movie, but I enjoyed it. I don't understand why it's not getting...
Well, it had a good story, but then it was kind of half of the movie was good, but then later on when the whole story came to a conclusion kind of thing, it was pretty much about, like, looked like it was a game kind of thing, because the bad guy looked pretty much like the bad guy from any game.
And
like,
he was definitely on steroids.
Well, that's CGI, I thought. People can do a lot of things with CGI. I think it's not about what they have put on to make that kind of body. I think it can be CGI pretty good, like, so I think it's that, like, my theory on this kind of thing is not steroids, it's just CGI, like good CGI.
But the part where he takes the sword and he kills all the guys at the end, that looked a bit fake, like what you're saying, the gaming. It looked like a game, like World of Warcraft or something.
It looked, that's a game.
What do you think of the villain, the baddie, Jude Law, his character in the movie?
Well, I think he did good job in this movie.
So do I.
Yeah.
I think his, like, the way that he delivers lines,
Yeah.
the power
Yep.
that he's always trying to go for.
Yeah.
What do you think of how he kills his?
Yeah, that's what was most impressive about this guy. This there's no such like they don't show us many characters that he's gonna kill or sacrifice, and then he make it seem like they mean so much in the story. Like it's just his acting that he does with those people, like as if he's in so much in love with
And
these
he's known them
people
his whole
and like
life.
yeah, kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah, so his acting was on the point. So it was good.
Yeah, I thought that Jude Law, you know, as far as villains go in movies, this wasn't outrageous, it wasn't understated, it was exactly what the movie needed. For me, I'm just a bit disappointed that with all the movies that are being made lately, this one's not going to get an installment, like an additional one, because it is old tales, it's old stories from hundreds of years ago, but it's still delivered in a different way. Guy Ritchie definitely wasn't doing a whole let's be romantic, I don't even think that there wasn't any romance in this movie. It was all
kind of
about,
flirt kind of thing every now and then, but nah.
yeah, it was all about just the camaraderie between a team, like a group of guys trying to, you know, make a better situation for their lives. So I think that was a very different way of approaching this material, and I'm just disappointed that it won't have another installment because it did flop, and usually when Hollywood has a flop, they don't make an installment. Not like Guardians of the Galaxy. We haven't watched that yet, but I'm imagining that they'll make a third part.
But why do you think this movie flopped?
I think it's because the way they marketed it, they said come and watch it on Mother's Day, because it came out last week on Mother's Day, but it has nothing to do with females. There are no women in this. There's women, but like, as Channi was saying, with the characters that Jude Law has to sacrifice, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen the movie yet, with the characters that he has to sacrifice, it's sort of like they're nowhere in the shots. And there was an interview that they did with one of the women where she said, I get killed immediately in the movie, I only have maybe 5 lines. So they advertised it on Mother's Day.
But I think this movie, it's a movie where it's about king and all that thrones and all that power and stuff like that, but it had some funny scenes and funny dialogues, and people maybe want something serious when they talk about the story like this, and it was just kind of a funny thing thrown here, there. It was entertaining for me, but like maybe some people just don't take that as a big compliment in this kind of movie, you know. So yeah.
Another thing I think was a reason that a lot of people didn't come to this movie is because they're already getting so much of this knights, swords, witches, demons, dragons in Game of Thrones. You know, they have 7 seasons already, so they can really get that from TV if they want. And movies these days are becoming more about superheroes and universe and galaxies and travel, like Star Wars, like the Avengers, like, I don't know, like even Guardians of the Galaxy or Pacific Rim, which Charlie Hunnam was in. I want to say that I thought Charlie Hunnam was really good in this movie. I thought that he was really good. Any movies that I've seen before, I don't think that he's ever been as good as he was in this movie, so he should be happy with his performance. But again, just disappointing that the audience wasn't there for this one this time. Maybe next time, but 7 out of 10 for me. I would recommend going and watching it if you haven't yet, or definitely buying it on Blu-ray when it comes out.
Well, for me it's 6 out of 10 because
6 out of
I
10.
still like Alien, even though it didn't like answered all the questions, but it was a good movie, I would say, because I was going deep into the storyline rather than all that other things that I just I watched from the other parts. So yeah.
I won't say anything about that movie. I've already done like a half-hour video on that. If you want to, you can watch that one somewhere else. So 6 out of 10 for Channi, 7 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
I'd recommend that you go and give it a try. And I'll be back some other time. I don't know when. I don't really have a schedule for these things. Thank you for coming on the channel,
My
Channi?
pleasure.
Where
That's
can people
okay.
watch you?
Oh yeah, I have my own channel which is Fisty Free. You can just type Fisty Free and find me there. I do makeup tutorials and lifestyle kind of video. And yeah, I'm very new to YouTube anyway, so I'm just kind of, yeah, still trying. So yeah, if you want to see me, you can check out my channel.
Yeah, so she puts out great material, and if you want to watch anything, ladies out there, if you want to watch anything to do with cosmetics, Channi's definitely the place to go. So for Channi, for myself, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!